And look, man, they incrementally do one thing every day, the atomic habits. That's how you get better.
And you hear people saying that, I want to move into leadership, I want to move into strategic positions.
Where I would start, knowing what I know now, I would go into the progression of a data engineer, a data scientist, an AI engineer. It starts with understanding data.
And I'm smiling because because there's no way where you said, go study this degree in... Okay, man, that's interesting. So I want us to give our viewers and listeners something very practical, right?
Sure.
Because I like how you described your journey. You mentioned data analyst and then data scientist.
Yes.
I want you to break down so that someone understands the difference between the two. If I'm a data analyst, what does the data analyst do? If I'm a data scientist, what does the data scientist do?
Yes. Okay. Good one, man. So I think as a data analyst, perhaps even business analyst, your day-to-day looks like you understanding the business requirement. Business comes with requirements. You have to understand, what is this requirement? What are we trying to achieve? With the requirement, what is the bigger picture? Because with every requirement, there needs to be lineage to the business strategy. You know, it also just helps to understand why you do what you are doing. So we spend a lot of time.
All this data is to assist the business.
Yes.
Is to give the business insight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ideally,
is to help them translate what this data means.
Yes, and to also drive strategy with facts, you know, and facts come from your data.
Yeah.
So your starting point starts with understanding the business ask.
So then a data analyst has to at least understand both the business and the data. They are the bridge between business and data.
Perfect. So that's the connection. So you have somebody who can now translate data into what business needs, to some degree, even technically. So the person needs to be able to, okay, this is what I'm being requested. Where is this data living within your data spectrum? You know, to some degree, the expectation would be for the data analyst to be able to go into the data itself, select what they need from the data, and close the gap between the requirement and the data. So that is a data analyst.
I know we're talking about so before we go to data scientists, right?
Yes.
Because I think from this conversation, there's something that's missing, and I think I wouldn't be doing our viewers justice by not talking about it.
Sure.
So a business analyst, if it's someone that bridges the gap between business and data, right? There's another role that sits below that, which is now a data engineer.
Correct.
Because now a data engineer is different from a business analyst, right? A data analyst. Because a data analyst speaks to business stakeholders. They try to understand the problems and then they try to make sense of it so that they can have these requirements.
Sure.
Business requirements to be built, right?
Yes.
So what does the data engineer do?
Okay, good one.
Because they work closely.
Yeah, they work closely. So what a data engineer does is data needs to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, it can be from systems. It can be data that you manually generate, you name it. It can be data coming from other platforms outside the organization. So a data engineer focuses or functions on the integration part of bringing that data from its source systems. Its source system stores data differently. So a data engineer comes in with the skills to decompose the complexity or the structures such that they are readable for the business analyst.
So now this is the more technical role now.
This is a technical role.
Yeah.
Yeah, so your data can come in different formats. So the expectation would be for an engineer to understand those formats, those structures, and also to understand the know-how, your engineering technologies that assist with the integration of the
Yeah.
data from their sources.
Because then these sources, like they'll be using different technologies, like they'll
Yes.
be getting all this data from, a SQL database, an Oracle database,
Excel.
a data hub, a data
Sure.
lake. There's all these different sources and different technologies. So a data engineer helps you to
Yes.
build these pipelines and connect this data.
Yes, and then sort of bring it ready for the modeler or the business analyst to come write their select statement. So think of it as translating the complexities and different languages and interpretations into one view, a structured view, where any person can plug in a tool like your SQL and be able to query the data to deliver the business requirement. So that is now the relationship between your data engineer and the business/data analyst.
That's good, man.
Sure.
Okay, so now that we've covered data engineer and data analyst, now let's move to the difference between a data analyst and a data scientist. What's a data scientist? What does a data scientist do that's different from these other two?
Okay, cool, man. So with data scientists, what we do is predictions. The CEO of the company can come and ask us, how do I look 10 years from now, given these conditions? It is for the data scientists to go into the data, look at the patterns, and provide those type of insights. So think of it as focus, and think of it as how does the future look like? If this is where the company is going, and how we are doing now, is there some correlation of some sort? So data scientists can come with that. Another use case for a data scientist could be we want to increase our sales, go into our database, go do some predictions on which clients we can market certain products to. So data scientists will go there and do and run those models to sort of bring those insights, intelligence in terms of where are the opportunities that we might not be seeing. So think of a business analyst as somebody who helps us run the company, tells us how we're doing, and the business data scientists as a skill set that now brings how do we scale the business? Where are those hidden opportunities within our processes and data? Those are the expectations you would put on a data scientist. Sure.
Wow. Wow, that was good. That was good. I'm personally learning a lot because I've always wanted someone to explain these things clearly.
Yeah.
Right? Because I feel like sometimes we understand these roles, but we can't really make,
Connect the dots.
connect the dots, or even just the distinction between what are the differences, and I'm hoping that our viewers are getting a lot of value out of this, man.